In this virtually teched video, you will learn how to create a drag and drop activity on Google Slides using a PDF file and the Snip tool. First, open up a new slides presentation. And if you need to resize the page of the slide, you can do so by clicking File, then clicking Page Setup, drop down the menu, and click Custom. Because I'm going to be creating a portrait size activity, I am going to change the width to 8.5 and the height to 11 inches. Once I click apply, you will see that the page size will change. I will then find the PDF that I want to transfer over to my slides, and I'm going to do a quick search on my taskbar for the snipping tool. You will see that it'll pull up two different tools, the snip and sketch and the snipping tool, but they both work the same. Once I open up my snip tool, I'm going to click on new, and I'm going to snip this activity in two parts. I'm going to snip the top part first because this is the part that I'm going to use as the background on my activity, and I'm going to save on my desktop. Once I save this part, I'm going to click on new again, and now I'm going to snip only the bottom part, which has the words that I'm going to be using for my students to drag and drop. I'm going to save this separately. And once I have both parts of this PDF saved, I am then going to go back to my slides, and I'm going to bring in the first part of the activity onto my slide by clicking on Insert, Image, and Upload from Computer. So once I find the top part, I can then click Open. I am now going to resize it and make sure to leave a space at the bottom to place the words that my students will have to drag and drop into the nouns and verbs category spaces. So once I have the top part placed where I want it, I am then going to save this image as a PNG. I'm going to click on File, and I'm going to download this slide as a PNG. Once it is downloaded, you then want to save it to your folder. And now you can get rid of this image because we are going to insert it again, but as a background. So I'm going to right click on the slide. I am then going to click Change Background. I'm going to choose the image from the folder where I saved it. And as you can see, it has now brought in the image as the background where students will not be able to move it around. So the next thing I have to do is to bring in the sort words. I'm going to bring them in. And all I have to do now is crop each of these words so that students are able to then drag them into the categories here. So first I'm going to make a copy of this to make sure that I can then start cropping each of these and continue making copies until I am done cropping. So I can use the crop tool here, or I can double click on this image and it'll open up the cropping tool so that you're able to crop all the words. Once you're done cropping the first word, then you want to right click again, paste the image again, double click on the image, and continue cropping until you're done with all the words. And this is what the end product will look like. Once you assign it to your students will then be able to click on the words and drag them to the appropriate categories. If you would like a copy of this activity, look in the description section of this video to make a copy for yourself.